What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, as everybody knows, if you've been watching my channel at least for a while now, there's been leaks and rumors about Modern Warfare 2 lasting 2 years, and also there's going to be year 2 content coming out for this game, basically in the form of DLC. So during 2023, there's going to be DLC coming out for Modern Warfare 2, and then 2024, there's going to be a Treyarch title. Now, again, this wasn't really officially confirmed, but the other day, some brand new information came out where Activision made a new statement talking about the progress of Modern Warfare 2, and in that statement, they also included a ton of juicy information. Now, to be honest with you guys, while scrolling through social media, I can't help but think that it's a lot of negativity towards Modern Warfare 2 and also the information that I'm about to read off to you guys. And to be real, I think the community is not really happy about what's about to be happening. For me personally, I'm pretty mixed on it. Some things, I agree with you guys, there's problems, but at the same time, I see a lot of positives that could come out of this. Now, as you can see right here from Charlie Intel over on Twitter, new Sledgehammer Games is developing the paid content expansion for Modern Warfare 2, releasing in 2023. The expansion will have a lot of content and most likely be $70. Treyarch's next Call of Duty is still in 2024. Now, I want to go ahead and start off by saying, thank God, at least Treyarch is still getting extra time. When this news officially came out for the first time, it was a little confusion that, Treyarch was going to go ahead and push their game at 2023 instead of having the extra year that they deserve. But luckily, Activision basically already confirmed this. Treyarch is going to be able to have their time, which I'm very thankful for because Treyarch has been just absolutely screwed over. Let's be real here. I was trying to put it in the nicest way possible, but they've been screwed over for so long now. Black Ops 4, Activision forced them to focus on Blackout. They didn't even get a campaign, and it was just a mess. It was an absolute mess. They twisted around the formula so many times. I mean, the gameplay turned out fun, but that's a typical Treyarch title, Treyarch games, one thing they can always do right is make the gameplay fun, arcadey, fast-paced. That's their signature style. But you can tell they've been stressing. I mean, Black Ops 4, like I said, split all across the board. Black Ops Cold War, they had to come in and help out Sledgehammer Games with that project. Then they had to come and help the zombies with Vanguard. Then they also helped out with Modern Warfare 2. They are everywhere. They have always been everywhere. And honestly, Black Ops 2 was truthfully probably the last title. Maybe Black Ops 3. They had a little bit of time, but I think Black Ops 2 was truthfully the last time Activision really allowed that development team to shine at their maximum. They've been just completely pushed to the side as almost like a support team when they're absolutely goated. So this is great to know that they're going to have the time they deserve to really put together a really good game. Hopefully, a really good game. But then comes, like I said, where the negativity comes in with the community. Sledgehammer Games is developing the paid content expansion for Modern Warfare 2. A lot of people were expecting Infinity Ward to go ahead and build onto the campaign, build onto the story, and also add in the DLC maps, so on and so forth, to make Modern Warfare 2 Year 2 alive, fun, and exciting. But it seems that Sledgehammer Games is going to be taking that role. Now, a lot of people, once again, are really disappointed with this because they don't like Sledgehammer Games as a development team. When it comes to Advanced Warfare, World War II, Call of Duty Vanguard, that team isn't really their style. And if that's who you are, don't worry. I agree with you. They're not really my style either. I've always been an Infinity Ward guy. I absolutely love Treyarch. But Sledgehammer Games, to me personally, was really good at just being a support studio. You know what I'm saying? That's what they always mained at. That's what they always did with Call of Duty. And seriously, they did it perfectly. Once they took over, I mean, like I said, they have their style. People do enjoy it, but I still do prefer Treyarch and Infinity Ward pretty much over Sledgehammer Games every time around. So I get where you're coming from. You don't want this team working on the next project for Modern Warfare 2. You want Infinity Ward, your team, or even Treyarch, another really well-known team, to work on any new content being introduced into this game. But honestly, like I said, I'm not really stressed about this. I like Sledgehammer Games when it comes to, like I said, a support role. Let's go all the way back to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 is a fan favorite game. People absolutely love that title. But Sledgehammer had just as much in that project compared to Infinity Ward. Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 2 was a wreck. The majority of all the top-tier developers who worked at that studio were gone. They got in a lawsuit with Activision. It screwed up the whole development team. You best believe behind the scenes for the production of Modern Warfare 3, obviously, because when they released Modern Warfare 2, they're pretty much already working on the next title, So behind the scenes, you best believe the production of Modern Warfare 3 was a disaster with this whole lawsuit going on and everybody getting mixed around, jumbled, having new developers come in, having old developers leave. It was a mess during that time. So you best believe Sledgehammer Games picked up a massive, massive role when it came to Modern Warfare 3. And they truthfully did. And it was a fun game, in my personal opinion. I kind of enjoyed the cheesiness of Modern Warfare 2 a little bit more, but Modern Warfare 3 was definitely in my opinion, a more perfected off Modern Warfare 2, and Sledgehammer deserves some respect for that. You know, they are a good side team. When they come in to support another development team, they usually do a banging job. And I don't believe they're, making the storyline here. I'm pretty positive it's all Infinity Ward. The storyline, the DLC, all that stuff is Infinity Ward's concept. It's just Sledgehammer Games coming to help them out, because obviously I believe Infinity Ward is probably going to be spread across the board with all the different game modes, which I'm a little bit worried about. Multiplayer might be a tad bit ignored, and I'm stressed about this, but again, only time will tell what the whole situation is going to pan out to be here. But again, they're just here to assist Infinity Ward with developing the content, and I think this is going to be really nice. Hopefully, it will make it more top-tier content, because again, this is going to be year 2 DLC. It needs to last for a full year, so they need to have all hands on deck, or as many hands on deck as possible, to make sure that this is released properly. This is the first time ever in Call of Duty history we are doing a 2-year cycle here, a 2-year release cycle. Because these games are developed for 3+ years basically, so I'm talking about when they're released. Every 2 years these games are going to be released now, first time ever in history. We don't know how this is going to go. So we need to make sure we are backed up in case things hit the fan. We need a lot of people to be able to push it out and make sure things turn out crisp. So I don't think people should be as angry as they are with Sledgehammer Games coming in to help out with this content. Now, this is another thing where people are getting salty with, and I can partially agree. This DLC content is going to be $70, okay? This is probably going to be one of the beefiest DLCs we will ever see in gaming history. There's probably been some beefy ones out there, but you have to understand the amount of content that's going to be in this DLC pack is going to be a whole year's worth of content. So I'm just curious to see if the $70 price tag will land. I'm stressed because when you put a $70 price tag, it's already bad enough, I expect a whole different experience. Modern Warfare 2 that you have right here, this is what I would, purchase with $70. It's a new game in the franchise. They're trying to implement different things on the franchise. I'll take it, DLC, on the other hand, that's not a completely different game. It's the same exact game, but it's going to be tons of new maps and, basically a brand new campaign. So they're pricing the campaign pretty much and a bunch of maps at this full $70 price tag. Now, I don't know. Like I said, it's way too early on to really contemplate this price tag right now, because we don't know if they're going to add in Spec Ops things. We don't know what raids are going to be like yet, so they might add in more raids if it's popular. DMZ might be extremely popular, and they'll add in tons of stuff to that. We still have Warzone that they have to add into. Honestly, with this year 2 content as well, I feel like multiplayer, at least for year 2, is going to be very playable at that point. The amount of content that's going to be in that game between weapons and maps, there's already enough weapons in this game to begin with. And if you enjoy the map variety like I do, the maps are there. I understand if you don't like a couple of maps, because it's only 10 of them. It's not like Vanguard, where if you hate a few, you're okay still. There's still enough to like. This game, it's only 10. So if you hate a few, you don't have that many to play through. For me personally, I like the whole lot. So, it's variety there for me. I think that year 2 will be pretty solid. And the $70 price tag, obviously as a content creator, I'm going to cough up. But for the average consumer, like I said, as the time approaches, then we should start stressing it out. But I don't think it should be too big of an issue right now. If they make that price tag worthy of what it is, then we'll be happy. And like I said, by then we'll know. So, if you don't have to cough up money for it, then it shouldn't be a problem. I can understand where you come from if you're sad that instead of a fresh Call of Duty experience, it's just going to be DLC. So you're just going to have to skip a whole year if you don't want the DLC. So I can understand where you're coming from with that, but just know that it's for the better of Treyarch. The next whole year is going to be for Treyarch, okay? So you have to hang in there. I know this is going to be rough, especially if you don't like Modern Warfare 2. Again, luckily for me, I actually really enjoy this game, so it's not going to be too tough. But I know tons of people hate this game. They enjoy the Treyarch style, They want that fast-paced, arcadey, non-stop action that Treyarch is always known for when it comes to COD. They don't enjoy the Infinity Ward style. Completely understandable. Hang in there, because there is going to be a game for you, and I guarantee it's going to be an absolute solid banger, because Treyarch plus a lot of time on their hands to develop a game equals nothing but just like I said, absolute bangers. As a team that's coming in to pick up the slack, like with Black Ops Cold War, and to turn it into the game that it was, like I said, it was playable. I could still play it. It just didn't have all the passion behind it. It was so close to being there, but Treyarch didn't have full control over it. And same things with all the other titles. It's like I said, they need to get the time in order to make an amazing game. So let's hope it's going to be a crazy one. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bums I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so. I have Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games do over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.